Hi, this is an update on a project, a knife project that I've been not working on for quite some time. Imperius Maximus is the name of the project. And I want to shout out 411 Outdoors because he's made a couple of videos recently that I thought were very interesting. One was about envy, but the one that I'm going to refer to now was a piece of advice regarding a tendency that I myself have exhibited of making public announcements that one is going to do a thing. Right? I'm going to do this thing. Everybody, look at me, going to do it. And maybe you just want to do that thing without telling everyone you're going to do it. What is the function of doing it that way? And of course, he posited that there could be a tactic involved of, committing to something, thereby obliging oneself to do it, because you told everyone, now you got to do it. And so maybe that works for some people some of the time. But, this is an example for me of one thing where I said I was going to do it, and then I didn't really do it kind of like, not as expeditiously perhaps as was implied by the announcement. And then, between the initiation where I made some videos and now I also even made another video and saying, take two, I'm coming back to it. We're going to get on with it. But, just couldn't get around some fundamental doubts, I guess, that I had about the vision or lack thereof. Because this is it, pretty much. And I didn't think that was, refined, obviously, would be nice, not be bad. But I just didn't think that was it, somehow. And yet, that is what I'd kind of settled on. And I cut out these two scales to do a clamshell. And this is a piece of buffalo. So we were going buffalo, burl, and brass. A triple B. We got that soldered on there. We're making good progress at that point, but that was still a long time after initiation. Not that many hours of work into it, really. But, so, Imperius Maximus, a lofty title, moreover. So to make something that looks, maybe a little janky, a little amateur, not in the good way, and then call it the Imperius Maximus. But that's the name of the project, right? No way around that. And it's because the knife is for Jimbus Maximus. I was showing off some of these Imperial and other knives that I have in this vein. And, I might have said, I'd like to maybe rehandle one. And he very encouragingly says, well, I think that would be great. I mean, if you rehandled one, I'd buy one off you. And so we struck a deal. And that is cool. That gave me a real kick, right? And I was very excited about it. And I worked myself up into thinking that I had to make the greatest thing in the world. Somehow. And I will. Don't worry about it. I am going to make the knife. That's still my thing. I'm still going to go with that. Now, in take one of this video, which lasted 15 minutes, I don't think we need that long. I did crack a joke and say, I'm not going to make the knife. To try and break the cycle. But it is in process now. So what happened was that I saw, I was looking for the eraser. I have to correct this. There was a problem with the first take of the video as well. Because I saw a knife called the Loveless Hideout. And although I studied the photos of the knife, quite intently, I didn't quite remember the name. And so when I wrote down my notes, I wrote Hangout. But I'm pretty sure it's the Loveless Hideout. It's on Arizona Custom Knives. And it is out of my price range. And beautiful. Beautiful. And the blade to my mind, polished as it is and with a sharpened swedge, was reminiscent, in my mind, of this blade. So, the handle. Wow, now this is a very crude, let's call it a misrepresentation of the handle on the Loveless Hideout. But this is my projected design for the handle of the Imperial Hangout. So I'm keeping that Hangout because it's going to be a Hangout knife. I don't think this is going to be an in-your-boot fighting knife. This is going to be a dangle on your belt, gentleman's EDC for fun and slicing pleasure and easy sharpening and all-around enjoyment. I am going to digress this time as well, because I asked my friend Vinny the blacksmith, does steel age? Do the qualities of the steel change over time? Does it mature? And he said yes. He believes so. And so my question then was, well, does it kind of do you think it gets kind of harder, or not necessarily harder, but sort of more crystalline over time? And he said that if anything, he thinks it gets more mellow. So I thought that is of interest. And regarding this, I saw that and I thought, well, that's a really nice handle shape for this knife. I think that's what I got to go for. Some kind of interpretation of that. With these swells here. And on the Loveless knife, this is a little more angular here, a little more, stick it in and pull it out. But I just took some inspiration, let's say. And this is, as I say, it's a pretty crude sketch, but to give myself an idea of whether I can fit that within the pieces that I have, I think there will be a brass spacer here as well to match that. And so what I found is that if I displace this down that way a little bit, as it were, because then we're going to shave off that corner there, and then we can hollow that out, and we can get this effect rather than this basic coffin thing. And I think that will be better. And so finally, I knew I had to grind the tang in order to fit this even the way that I wanted to. But this will be a different fitment. And so I am glad, in a sense, that I procrastinated, that I put it off, that I didn't say, rather that I didn't do what I said I was going to do in the timely manner that I had envisioned. But sometimes things take their time. And so now, without further ado, I'm going to go and grind this tang in this shape. And I'll post more updates. Thanks for watching.